Can you identify the Dallas actress that played Sue Ellen Ying? A powerful yet fragile protagonist caught in the midst of the 1980s existential crisis, divided between the allure of a lavish lifestyle and the depths of her own pain. Linda Gray, the force behind this legendary part, became an enduring emblem of American television thanks to her amazing acting and directing careers and her ability to bring the character of Sue Ellen to life. However, a story of hardship, isolation, and strain lies beyond the surface-level gloss and luxury. Linda battled to reimagine herself while ensnared in a loveless marriage where social standards crushed her acting ambitions. Dallas was more than simply a chance meeting. It was a savior who helped her overcome prejudice and establish herself in a fiercely competitive field. After Linda Gray's successful career in show business came to an end, what really become of her? What has become of her? Just how is she doing today? Linda Gray fans, get ready to be amazed by this video that takes you on a voyage like no other. In the beginning, Linda Gray's modest but loving family welcomed her into this world on September 12, 1940, in Santa Monica, California. Leslie Gray taught his daughter the importance of perseverance and patience via his work as a watch repairman. In her traditionalist upbringing, her mother instilled in her daughter the value of taking on household responsibilities and being a rock for her family. Linda is a responsible and ambitious person who aspires to go above the limits of everyday life because of the ideals she was raised with. Culver City was the center of the film business when Linda was a kid, and the little town was famous for its big studios. Culver City was a traditional, pragmatic community that was close to Hollywood. Although Linda felt secure and at peace in the town, she also felt confined there. She frequently questioned, is life meant to be just about being a wife, a mother, and living within the framework of a family? Linda, who was naturally reserved, took delight in the mundane activities of life, such as performing in school plays and helping her parents at their watch repair business. She started to cultivate her desire to escape constraints and seek an alternative future. She recounted an anecdote from her childhood when she would stand outside her family's business and watch the customers go by. She would wonder if their lives were similar to the ones portrayed in the films shot nearby, stories that she hoped to be a part of. Not only did Linda develop a strong work ethic and sensitivity during her quiet years in Culver City, but she also dreamed of changing her fate. I always believed that something greater was waiting for me, but to achieve it, I knew I had to fight relentlessly, said the woman. Initial years of employment. The dreams that Linda had as a child in Culver City laid the groundwork for her arduous path to stardom. She started out as a model, a career directly tied to the spotlight she had always desired, when her ambition of becoming an actress appeared unattainable. Linda appeared in approximately 400 television ads in the 1960s, endorsing various cosmetics, fashion, and major brand products. A modern woman, strong, independent, and gracefully charming, was born from her combination of inherent beauty, elegance, and self-assurance. But Linda wasn't satisfied to end it there. Seeking larger opportunities, her quiet enthusiasm for acting propelled her. She made her big screen debut in 1963, with bit parts in Palm Springs Weekend and Under the Yum Yum Tree. Even though they were short-lived, Linda gained valuable experience in the film industry and remained hopeful that she would one day play leading roles. Linda needed to show her talent with every chance she got, no matter how small, in the beginning of her career, so she had to be patient and keep at it. She knew she couldn't rely on her beauty alone. When Linda made the leap from fashion modeling to professional acting in 1974, things started to change. Guest appearances on shows including Switch, McLeod, and Marcus Welby, MD, were extended to her. Even though these parts were short-lived, Linda learned a lot and got great experience from them. For the purpose of building a diverse acting resume, she eagerly took on roles ranging from doctors to supporting characters in crime dramas. However, Linda's 1977 casting as Linda Merkland on All That Glitters was the real turning point. The first transgender character to have a recurrent role on American television made history in this extraordinary performance. Her portrayal of Linda Merkland was a watershed point in her career, but it was also a watershed moment for the entertainment industry as a whole, marking the beginning of television's embracing of diversity and representation. Linda brought an emotional dimension to the role that very few performers of her time were prepared to tackle, thanks to her nuanced and empathetic portrayal of the character. Although All That Glitters was briefly popular, it did not last long. The show failed to meet the expectations of its producers and was canceled after only 13 weeks. Again, Linda's professional future was clouded by doubt, but this time she was determined not to give up. "You can learn from every setback," she once said. After that failure, Linda knew she had to hone her own approach and principles if she wanted to make it in this cutthroat business world. Women in Hollywood, particularly those beyond their 20s, had it rough in the 1970s. Linda, who was already in her 30s, had to deal with the age bias that existed in an industry that valued younger actors and actresses. She encountered numerous obstacles due to this subtle but widespread racism. These difficulties, however, served as her impetus to demonstrate her value. She famously said, "If I don't show them that I can do it, then who will?" Before. At the same time, Linda was dealing with the emotional and mental challenges of juggling her professional and personal lives. She was honest about how the pressures of the entertainment industry made her feel alone and doubt her value. But Linda did not give in. Rather, she used these challenges into motivation to continue on. Linda was tenacious in her pursuit of opportunities to advance her profession, both on and off screen. She realized that being successful in this field needed more than just natural skill. It also necessitated grabbing every chance that came her way. Why, if an opportunity to gain knowledge presented itself, she would never say no. The promising career of Linda Gray. When Linda Gray was cast as Dallas's Sue Ellen Shepard Ying in 1978, it was a major turning point in her career. Dallas, which centered on the influential Ying family in the oil business, became an international sensation, transforming Linda from a little-known actress into a television icon in the United States. Taking on the role of Sue Ellen was not only a huge professional opportunity, but also a formidable challenge that required Linda to explore the character's most nuanced emotional aspects. When she was in Dallas, Sue Ellen was more than simply JR's wife. The iconic antagonist of the program, Ying, is likewise a complicated lady whose husband's deception and betrayal caused her great emotional distress. She turned to drink to dull the pain. Linda gave Sue Ellen an unusually rich life, conveying everything from the anguish in her eyes and violent outbursts of rage to her desire for independence and genuine affection. Linda added depth and realism to the part, which captured the audience and elicited sympathy. A few years ago, becoming Sue Ellen was like unlocking a part of myself I never knew existed. Nevertheless, it was no little task to represent Sue Ellen for almost 38 episodes. Many real-life individuals started equating Linda with her role, which added even more stress to her already heavy load. Media speculation that Linda, like Sue Ellen, battled alcoholism only served to heighten the emotional toll it took on her. But she still wouldn't let misunderstandings derail her mission. People can think whatever they want, but I know I'm telling an important story about women trapped in pain and dependency, according to her. The part of Sue Ellen did more than only make Linda famous. It also paved the way for a plethora of other exciting opportunities. Not only did she win a pair of Golden Globe nods and a highly esteemed Emmy mention, but she also garnered international recognition, including the Bambi Award in Germany and the ILG Award in Italy. Los Angeles Radio and Television Society's Woman of the Year Award went to Linda in 1982. As a symbol of the resilient yet emotionally scarred woman of the 1980s, Linda was solidified in popular consciousness by Sue Ellen's triumph. Linda dabbled in directing in addition to her acting career. She directed multiple episodes of Dallas, including the series finale, in a field where women were underrepresented in leadership roles. This further cemented Linda's status as an industry trailblazer for women in leadership positions, while also showcasing her versatility. She remarked, "Directing was a challenge, but it gave me the chance to tell a story my way. I wanted each episode to be more than just a chapter in the story. I wanted it to affirm that women can achieve anything." After Dallas, Linda continued to take on other projects, demonstrating that she could not be contained in just one character. Linda portrayed the shrewd and influential head of a modeling firm named Hilary Michaels on Melrose Place, and the spin-off series Models Inc. This part gave Linda the chance to show a different side of herself, strong, fearless, and decisive, and was a radical change from her Sue Ellen persona. Linda wasn't only a theater sensation, she was also a television icon. As a career-defining moment, she played Mrs. Robinson in the 2001 West End staging of The Graduate. The iconic legs that had graced the poster of the 1967 film of the same name were finally brought to life by Linda in this role. The part confirmed Linda's position as an adaptable artist, unconstrained by any medium, and it received good reviews. She also bravely tackled independent films, where she delved into complex and genuine characters. Linda displayed remarkable empathy and nuanced acting in Reflections of a Life, 2006, in which she played the role of a woman's best friend going through breast cancer treatment. No matter where she was in her career, Linda was always up for a new challenge, as shown in projects like Hidden Moon and Expecting Mary. My Own Life. Linda Gray's personal life was a complex web of inconsistencies, tragedies, and difficult choices hidden beneath the brilliant surface of her prosperous profession. A striking illustration of the tension between individual aspirations and familial obligations was her 21-year marriage to the gifted art director Ed Thrasher. At first, everything appeared perfect. They were constructing a house in Santa Clarita, and Ed was living out his goal of having a ranch with horses and poultry. However, Linda did not anticipate this existence for herself. At one point, Linda said that her husband's dream made her feel trapped. She wanted to be an actress, but Ed told her, "You can become an actress when the kids are in college." His response was a sharp rejection. Not only did Linda feel her authentic self rejected by those comments, but they also disappointed her. Ed was living the life he had always imagined for himself, but Linda was struggling to overcome the feeling that no one was paying attention to her dreams. "I always wondered, is this all there is to life? I'm living his dream, but what about mine?" she confided. The opportunity to join Dallas in 1978 marked a turning point, not only in Linda's career but also in her personal life. She realized she could no longer live in a state of confinement. Her decision to divorce in 1983 was a painful yet necessary step toward reclaiming herself. "Divorce is never easy, but I knew that if I didn't go through with it, I would lose myself forever," she shared. Leaving a loveless marriage, Linda set out to live truthfully, even knowing she would face enormous hurdles ahead. However, her new life was not without hardships. The years of popularity with Dallas were also marked by constant suspicions about her intimate relationships with co-stars. Although these stories were never confirmed, they brought significant pressure to her life. Linda preferred to remain mute, focusing instead on her career and personal life, rather than addressing the conjecture. "I learned to ignore what people say. In the end, what matters most is that I know who I am," she asserted. The press pressure in Linda Gray's life didn't stem only from rumors, but also from legal challenges related to her real estate. Owning valuable properties, such as the 2.5-acre ranch in Santa Clarita or a villa in Los Angeles, occasionally brought minor legal issues that left Linda exhausted. Success offers many good things, but it also comes with obligations you sometimes don't foresee, she shared. During such times, I often went to the stage or film projects as a way to ease stress and remained faithful in her enthusiasm for the arts. Not only did Linda have a difficult marriage, but she also lost her younger sister Betty to breast cancer in 1989. Linda has said that this death was a devastating blow and a powerful reminder of how precious life and family are. Losing her son Jeff Thrasher to leukemia at the age of 56 in 2020 was the worst obstacle Linda had ever faced. Jeff was more than just a son to Linda. He was a companion and someone she was very proud of. Losing Jeff felt like losing a part of myself forever, Linda said. Jeff was an inspiring and dynamic man who made his imprint on many projects. His untimely death was a devastating blow to his loved ones and everyone who knew him. Linda, though bereaved, found strength in her family, especially her 2 grandsons, who gave her hope and a sense of purpose in life. She stated, "Life throws things at us that we can't control, but I've always believed that love and cherishing family are what help us get through it all." I couldn't agree more. The years following her marriage were a difficult and painful time for Linda. She had to fight for her life back, deal with work pressures and loneliness as her career stalled, and deal with the loss of her sister and son. Linda's story is an inspiration because it shows how one can overcome obstacles and keep living the life they believe in, no matter how hard it gets. Linda Gray is a role model for resilience off-screen as much as on it. Was Linda Gray being selfish by putting her job ahead of her family's needs, or was she bravely fighting for her freedom to pursue her ambition after escaping a loveless marriage? Influence and legacy. Linda Gray is an inspiration in more ways than one. She is a gifted actor, but she is also a figure of strength and perseverance who has broken down barriers in her pursuit of social and artistic equality. From 1997 to 2007, Linda was a United Nations Goodwill Ambassador. During this time, she was an active participant in global awareness campaigns, using her influence to support important causes like Alzheimer's research programs, as she herself lost loved ones to this disease, and Meals on Wheels, an organization that delivers meals to people who are unable to care for themselves. Her personal delivery of meals to seniors through Meals on Wheels was an especially moving event. One grateful woman said, "This meal not only nourishes my body but warms my heart, because someone truly cares." In addition, Linda has a strong belief in the power of empowering women to transform not only their lives, but also the society as a whole. Through her work with reintegration centers, she has helped provide housing, vocational training, and emotional support, empowering many women to regain confidence and take action in their lives. She continued to prove her worth through daring and diverse roles, while also venturing into directing, a field mostly dominated by men at the time, and broke stereotypes about gender and age in the arts, particularly as she entered middle age, a time when women in entertainment were often sidelined. As she became older, she realized that the stories she wanted to tell were more profound than before. Linda's legacy lives on beyond her acting and philanthropy. She is an inspiration to audiences and generations of women who have struggled to carve out a place for themselves in the business. 2. From her real-life compassionate nature to her emotionally charged on-screen role as Sue Ellen, Linda Gray has demonstrated that genuine strength is not in glitz, but in making a positive impact on society through her popularity. Her legacy will be remembered forever. Present-day occupation. Living on her 2.5-acre ranch in Santa Clarita, California, Linda Gray, at 84 years of age, enjoys a life of independence, serenity, and purpose. The house, designed by the famous architect A. Quincy Jones, harmoniously combines contemporary architecture with vast natural surrounds. The home symbolizes the freedom she fought for her whole life, with its koi pond, tennis court, horse stables, big pool, and verdant gardens. From Linda's time with ex-husband Ed Thrasher to her private sanctuary for renewal and peace, the house has seen it all. The decision to list the property for nearly $3 million in 2018 was driven by Linda's desire to find a more suitable space for this stage of her life, and by a desire to reduce the responsibilities of managing such a large estate. After failing to find a buyer, she relisted it in 2022 at the same price. "I believe it's time for this house to be a source of happiness and creativity for someone else," she spoke. Linda stays in touch with her 53,000 Instagram followers, 48,000 Twitter followers, and 58,000 Facebook friends by sharing photos of her everyday life and special moments from her profession on social media. A recent Instagram post featuring a snapshot of herself in her garden, accompanied by the statement, "Always enjoy what you have," received an overwhelming response from her avid followers. "Social media allows me to continue sharing my story, while also amplifying the voices of others," she stated. An estimated $12 million is Linda's net worth right now, which is a reflection of her successful work and astute financial management. But the independence and tranquility that Linda has achieved over years of struggles and victories are more valuable to her than any amount of money in the bank. Though she has stepped away from the limelight, Linda Gray remains a symbol of resilience, demonstrating that genuine happiness is found in living authentically and continuing to share significant values with the world. In her present life, she has discovered joy and simplicity, while radiating positivity and inspiration to her followers. From a timid child growing up in Santa Monica to a television star throughout the world, Linda Gray's story is a moving illustration of the transformative power of passion and dedication. Her impact on the entertainment business will be forever felt, and her struggle to stay true to herself and her principles will serve as an inspiration to many. Linda Gray exemplifies the power of determination and shows that everything is possible if one keeps at it. Join the conversation by sharing your thoughts on Linda Gray's story. Was it her fight against stereotypes, her personal struggles, or her ability to rise above it all? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to never miss a great tale about Hollywood legends, and hit like to support inspiring stories like this one. See you in the next video.